Amazing, beautiful people. How you doing? Welcome back to another Taylor Swift Tuesday. How are you all doing? So, I've been getting a lot of recommendations to check out more of her music videos, which I think maybe we need to do every single one of them. Maybe we can start from the first ever one and just go through and get all the ones we've missed. I mean, that could be kind of fun. But also, I've had some recommendations for this video that came out just a few months ago, and I thought this could be kind of fun. One, to see how many of these are brand new, and two, to see how many of these we already know. And that is 20 Taylor Swift facts that you didn't know. And I've heard very good things about this video from the Swifties, so I'm actually kind of excited to check it out. There is actually a 101 Taylor Swift facts, which I thought I'd reacted to, but apparently I haven't. So if you guys want me to do that one next, maybe we can do that one as well. That could be kind of fun. I feel like these videos are fun for two reasons. One, so as Swifties, we can all be like, I already knew this. And two, as Swifties, we can be like, I didn't know this. Which, let's see how many of us don't know any of these. Please support these videos by liking them and subscribing to them. Well, the channel, and leaving a comment down below. Just have an awesome day. And let's jump into my first time ever reaction to 20 Taylor Swift facts that you didn't know.
I just wanted to take a moment and try and play this song. I can't promise that.
These are the 20 Taylor Swift facts you didn't know. And at number 20, Taylor Swift's cat Olivia Benson is worth over $97 million. Not only it makes her the richest cat on the planet, but she's worth double than Travis Kelce.
Middle cat.
No way. that last line is just... Oh man, I don't mean this in a mean way, but the idea of Taylor bringing that up in like a funny like couple bicker in like around the house, like Taylor and Travis, and just her bringing that up, the idea of that just sounds hilarious to me.
Detective Olivia Benson is
I can't believe it.
Photogenic cat.
No, she is. I mean, check this out.
Really?
I mean,
I've seen it
These
before. It's so
$97
good.
million isn't just a random number. This is how she's actually worth. Olivia Benson is also Taylor's best friend, and she even appeared in a bunch of TV commercials with her.
So bad that you... Look what you made me do.
I absolutely did not make you do that. Good question. Come on.
And not only
This
Taylor
is
owns a
amazing!
$97 million cat, but she also spent...
A lot of you have asked me to check out the Taylor Swift's commercials. Apparently they're all kind of funny, and I haven't reacted to a single one.
$40 million on something you will never believe. Because in 2015, right before the 1989 World Tour, Taylor bought a $40 million insurance for her legs. People thought it's ridiculous when a musician spends such money on the leg insurance. Like Messi's left foot is insured for almost $1 billion. But for an artist like Taylor, this is the first case in history. People that are close to Taylor said that this insurance protects Taylor from absolutely any kind of injuries she can potentially get. Even crazier thing is that Taylor extended this insurance in 2020 and will probably do the same in 2020.
The song in the background really sounds like Teardrops. Anyone know that song? Is it Teardrops on a Fire? I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Like, I'm confused. I mean, obviously it's more common in like athletes, but it makes sense. Any kind of injury, anything happens with the show, anything like that, it makes all sense. The same reason footballers have them at such, like, especially the bigger footballers, is because if they get injured, obviously their legs need to be completely repaired. They rely on them solely for that, but also they'll need to be paid. They'll be out of work and all that sort of thing, right? Especially if it's a lifetime injury. Like, imagine as a footballer, you just can't play football anymore because of an injury, and you play a sport where you're likely to get your legs injured. You tackle with them, so it makes sense. And I guess it's the same with Taylor, like the choreography, the dancing. I mean, even on the Eras tour, climbing up that freaking house, you know, in like Folklore and Evermore and all the things she's doing. I mean, look at the all the stuff on stage. It makes a lot of sense.
25. But what if I told you
I didn't know that at all.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were never supposed to be together? Their first date was a nightmare for Travis, and he said many times that he was very disappointed. Their first ever interaction was during the Eras tour when Travis tried to sneak his phone number to Taylor by giving her a friendship bracelet. This plan was beyond crazy, and it obviously failed. Later, Travis said on a podcast that he was very disappointed this day. But next time he got to meet Taylor Swift in person, he was
Okay, the commentator is making it sound more harsh than it was. We all know the story. It wasn't this harsh. Like, he wasn't like disappointed like angrily. he was just kind of sad. Like, he wanted to meet Taylor, he didn't get to, and he was like, oh man. But he was like, he wasn't like angry or anything. He was like, you know, like excited to still see
that
her.
he was very disappointed this day. But next time he got to meet Taylor Swift in person, he was disappointed even more, because turns out Taylor Swift doesn't say a single word before and after her concerts, because she simply saves her voice for the 44 songs she performs every time. They started hanging out right after that day and spent a crazy amount of time together.
I don't know how the I did it.
Well, you did it because you said you called around on
no,
multimedia
100%. I know exactly how I did it.
And literally nobody knew about their relationship, not even their closest friends and families. During the first time people actually spot them together on a Super Bowl game, they have already been a couple for at least 3 months. And of course, some haters think their relationship is toxic because of some photos where they say Taylor is yelling at Travis. But I think she was just telling an emotional story. But there was one time when Taylor Swift...
I'm just saying, anyone who knows Taylor, obviously none of us know her personally, but you know what I mean. Like, cause saying that just made me feel weird. Knows that those are just people who don't know him. Those are outsiders looking in.
Shocked everybody.
Oh,
when she
knocking
went
my
to
mic
the Jimmy
over.
Fallon show, he asked Taylor to name as many different cat breeds as possible in under 30 seconds. And Taylor did something crazy.
See how many cats you can name in 30 seconds. And just do it.
Why do I feel like I've seen this?
I
feel like I've seen this.
Let's do it.
Let's see
Why
how
have I
many
seen
cat
this?
breeds
Too late
you can
to back
name
out.
in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
You got this, Taylor!
No, don't start it now.
No, don't start.
Wait till
Stop,
you
stop.
have to say go. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is really serious.
Yeah, it really was.
All right, okay, hold on. Ooh.
Okay.
I swear I've already seen this. The thing is, I do watch like some Taylor Swift clips here or there. No big videos, none like this, but I do watch shorts quite a lot of Taylor Swift. So I may have just seen it there, or I did a reaction to it on the cat video. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm still excited.
You have to say when you say go.
When I say go,
excited.
you already have
Okay.
your first one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was taking this game way more serious than other celebrities, and her result was wild.
Get set, go.
Scottish Fold, Ragdoll, Ragamuffin, Maine Coon, British short hair, exotic short hair, American short hair, Devon Rex, Cornish Rex, Sphinx cat, Abyssinian, Persian, Siberian, Burmese, Norwegian forest cat,
Norwegian
Aussie
forest cat.
Bengal, Bombay cat, Russian blue. Is there a British blue? Munchkin cat.
Munchkin cat.
A black cat, a calico cat, a cat that knocks pens off of desks.
This was hilarious, but during one of her shows, Taylor Swift noticed a fan dying in the crowd. One fan was about to pass out, and Taylor had to act immediately.
Oh.
Right in front of me, please, right in front of me. Just gonna keep playing until we notice where it is. Just right there.
Taylor did her best to help.
I remember this as well. I forget how much we've seen now. How long has it been? Year and a half? Year and a half? This year? Has it been 2 years this year? In November? When did we start reacting to Taylor at this point? God, man. I forget how much I've
Paramedics
seen.
find where this fan is, which literally saved this fan's
I
life.
remember this.
I'm just gonna keep playing till somebody helps them, and then I'm gonna keep singing this song. I don't think anybody's gotten to them yet, and they're gonna, because we're not gonna keep singing. We're just gonna keep talking about the people that need help in front of me. Just let me know when. I could do this all night. Okay, you're good? Awesome!
I love that she literally stopped the entire show and did not get back, and even said she would do this all night just to make sure someone was safe.
Not only Taylor is the true professional, but
Miss
she is
Life is
honestly a superhero for this. But there was one moment that became the hardest for Taylor Swift and her family. Because in 2015, Taylor's mom Andrea was diagnosed with cancer. It was a shock for everyone in Taylor Swift's family, but luckily, Andrea got better. Everything changed in 2019, when she was diagnosed with cancer again, and this time, it was so much worse. Taylor Swift wrote a song about her mom fighting cancer, and her voice was trembling during the interview about it.
One song on the album called Soon You'll Get Better that I can't even really hear, I can't even listen to.
This round of treatment was very hard for Taylor, and she mentioned many times that it seriously impacted on her life decisions and her music career.
It's really interesting because I don't think I have written a song quite like that before, and it's just sort of like, it's just a tough one.
I can imagine, but I can also tell you, having listened to it, that it's universal.
It's just not something that we deal with until we have to, until we see it, until we experience it, until someone close to us is going through something like that. And so writing about it was really emotional, and I'm just gonna stop talking about it now.
Understand.
And even though Taylor is the most famous...
It is weird, isn't it? Because it's true. It's sad to say that that's true, but most of us, I would hope, like, donate and give to and try and help as many organizations as we can, like, but we do that from afar, you know? We're not, like, at these buildings helping people manually every single day, at least for the majority of people. A lot of you, I imagine, have jobs like that as well, that you are doing incredible things like that. So what I'm trying to get at is, we help from afar and we hear these stories from afar, but it's only when it comes into your own bubble that it, like, makes sense in the most awful way, like Taylor was saying there. I can't imagine how hard writing a song like that must have been.
Famous artist in the world
It's all
right
okay now.
There is one celebrity who absolutely hates her, and it's Justin Bieber. Not only their relationship was already bad after Selena Gomez and Justin broke up, but one exact video made it 1,000 times worse.
You go, press it.
Just do that one.
I don't really know much about, like, Taylor's past relationships. I think this is why a lot of you actually love some of the videos. I've never really done any, like, digging into them. I like, at all. I don't really have an interest, so I have no idea. I literally have no clue. As far as I'm concerned, Taylor is with Travis. Everything that came before that, I don't care about. You know, like that. Unless if people want to tell me, they can tell me. But I feel weird. I feel weird, like, doing it. So I didn't know about anything to do with Justin Bieber, no clue, and I don't even know how up to date all this
Video
is.
made it 1,000 times worse.
You go, press it.
Just do that one.
I'm watching was
Just press it.
Where do we push?
Right here.
Oh, hold on. What is that? That couldn't have been from that, though.
Have I watched this? I feel like I remember this.
What's going on, you guys?
Can I talk to an adult, please? Do you live here?
Is there a person swimming in the water? So awesome.
Oh.
This is completely not okay. This is like...
We were at a beach house in Malibu.
Why do I feel like I've seen
Thank
this?
you. I believe in signs. This happened for a reason.
There's a boat that caught on fire.
You guys, I am so sorry. You guys.
Let me give you a hug.
Thanks for ruining my wedding.
Okay, there's a coast.
Thanks for ruining the best day of my life.
Is there anybody else?
Yeah.
Taylor wasn't acting there, and she was genuinely scared to death. This prank was absolutely the worst for Taylor Swift, and it was her second time asking Justin Bieber to stop doing this.
Did she ever talk about this afterwards? Was it actually, like, this bad? Did she talk about it afterwards? Because I'm guessing this is a prank show based on everything, right? And I feel like I've seen this, but there's a lot I also don't... Maybe I've seen, like, a clip of it? I'm not sure.
I'm kidding. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, you just got punked. Taylor, you got punked.
You're the worst! What? You guys got...
Hey! I'm sorry, but we had to do it. We had to do it. Look at this. Look at this. It was cute. We got you, Taylor.
It's been over 12 years since this prank.
Knowing Taylor, I would be surprised if she was that upset about getting pranked. There must be more to it. There's am I wrong? There's got to be more to that, right?
Happened, and there was not a single time Taylor and Justin were spotted talking to each other. They don't even take photos together anymore. But what if I told you that Taylor Swift...
Now, I'm not saying that if Taylor and Justin aren't friends, that's the reason why. I don't know the story, but if that is the reason why, that's not what I would have expected.
Swift is a really weird person. So here's a bunch of random weird facts about Taylor. Her IQ score equals 160, putting her in 0.1% of the smartest people on the planet.
The people who wanted it the least were the ones I wanted to date.
Not even surprised.
And be friends with.
Not even surprised.
In high school. The
She is
people
a
who
fucking
wanted
genius.
the most are the people I now hire to work for my company.
Taylor Swift also sold her handwritten cookie recipe on eBay for $200,000. This
What
thing
the
was
fuck?
DNA certified, proving that only Taylor could make it. After Taylor Swift started
That's
dating
awesome.
Travis Kelce, they became the 0.05% of the tallest couples on Earth because Taylor is 5'11" and Travis Kelce is 6'5". Taylor also likes to put some of her awards
Fair
in
enough.
the bathroom. Like she has them on the floor, around the bathtub, and even on the walls. Taylor said that she wants to...
She just has her own... Taylor just just has her awards just around the bathroom floor. Just over there, over there. That's fucking amazing. Fair enough. Yeah, she is weird. That's why we love
Keep
her.
her guests motivated even when they're washing their hands. But the next thing is the weirdest, because Taylor Swift literally has a real fear of being jailed.
What was the...
And even on the walls, Taylor said that she wants to keep her guests motivated even when they're washing their hands.
Oh, okay,
but the
I
next
see.
thing is the weirdest, because Taylor Swift literally has a real fear of being jailed for a crime, and this is just wild.
They could frame you for any crime that you could go to jail for, and look at me, I wouldn't survive in jail.
But did you know that Taylor Swift...
Did she just say that once passing? It would be... I mean, you know what? It's not that much of a weird fear. Like, I'm sure most people are scared of the idea of going to jail. That's not something like you're not scared about. No one's like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Like, it's pretty scary.
Owns the 6th most expensive earrings on the planet because these are $3.5 million earrings designed exclusively for Taylor by Lorraine Schwartz. They contain over 136 carats of natural purple sapphires and diamonds, with everything covered in the most expensive type of white gold on earth. Taylor wore them to the 2023 Grammys, and she better be careful with them, knowing that she broke the $12,000 ring just a few days earlier.
Ah, look at her
This wasn't
face.
the only expensive jewelry.
That face is so Taylor. Holding the ring. Ah, shit, I broke the ring.
Piece from Taylor. She also owns a $900,000 diamond choker that she wore at 2016 Grammys. And she knew she's going to make history
love
this
that
day
choker.
because she became the first woman on the planet who won the Album of the Year twice. Next, we got my
I actually
favorite,
kinda
and
love
these
that
are
one.
$1 million emerald earrings with a giant stone right in the middle of them. It wasn't enough for Taylor, and she topped it with the emerald ring too. But truly, the most expensive jewelry Taylor Swift owns is this Neil Lane diamond necklace. This thing alone cost $10 million, and Taylor was casually wearing it in one of her music videos. This is her world, and we're just living in it. And Taylor Swift never talks about her parents, Andrea and Scott. So here's their story in a nutshell. Andrea Swift used to be a marketing executive, but after Taylor was born...
This is actually kind of cool. I don't really know much about her parents, like what they do, what their stories are. I'm actually really excited about this. This is new territory.
She became
Do you know what? A lot of the facts on here I haven't known. I'm very impressed with this video. I think like some of them I don't. So like the Justin Bieber stuff, like I like some of them I feel like I need to know a little bit more about, but overall it's been
great. In a nutshell, Andrea Swift used to be a marketing executive, but after Taylor was born, she became a full-time mom, completely focusing on raising her child. Scott Swift was a successful financial advisor and even had a net worth of over $10 million before Taylor's career even started. When Taylor was just a child, her parents did everything to make Taylor a successful artist. When Taylor Swift turned 14, her entire family moved from Pennsylvania to Nashville just to support Taylor's music career. Taylor's dad was deeply involved in her business and was even negotiating contracts and helping her during every single business decision. Taylor also has an older brother, and almost nobody knows it for some reason. And even though Taylor is probably the most famous woman in the world right now, her family always wanted to live their life on private. And a lot of Swifties literally beg Super Bowl to...
I think that is one of the reasons we love this woman so much. It is the fact that Taylor is your girl next door. It is the fact that she is one of the most successful, richest, and most famous people on this fucking planet, but feels so down to earth. And that statement about her parents always just wanting to live normal lives, that sums up everything.
We always wanted to live their life on private. And a lot of Swifties literally beg Super Bowl to invite Taylor to their halftime show. But little do people know that Taylor actually denied multiple invitations and basically refused to perform there. According to sources, Super Bowl nearly begged Taylor to perform at the halftime show multiple times, including the last one with Kendrick Lamar. But Taylor said she simply doesn't need to perform at the Super Bowl right now, but would definitely like to do it someday. It's not the best moment right now for her to do that, because she's literally at the highest point of her career and has an ongoing Eras tour. Moreover, Super Bowl doesn't even pay any money to their performers, so it's much easier for Taylor to just continue her tour and sell out the biggest stadiums every single time, instead of getting any more exposure she'd get from the Super Bowl. And Travis Kelce will probably be playing, so Taylor would love to watch it instead of preparing to the show. So let me know what you think in this beef with Kanye that lasts already for 15 years. But nobody talks how Taylor actually was a big Kanye fan before the VMA incident. You can clearly...
They do, and people know that. Like, we've heard this story before. She literally says it in the interview straight after. She is a big... Not anymore, because fuck that guy. She was a big Kanye fan. And she said it afterwards. She thought she was, like, excited when he came up on the stage. So, yeah, fuck that guy. Not only for what he did to Taylor, but for his just awful everything he does. Can't think of a better word. That transition was a bit odd there, by the way.
But nobody talks how Taylor actually was a big Kanye fan before the VMA incident. You can clearly see how she's smiling while actually being so sad.
And what went through your mind when he came up and then they cut off the...
Well, I was standing on stage and I was really excited because I had just won the award, and then I was really excited because Kanye West was on the stage, and then I wasn't so excited anymore after that.
And Taylor, are there any hard feelings towards him?
I don't know him, and I've never met him, so.
So were you a fan before?
Yeah. It's Kanye West.
Are you still a fan? I take it now?
You know, I don't know him, and I don't want to start anything because I just, I had a great night tonight.
But in another speech, Taylor revealed...
I really hate that, because you can tell she just has to do those, like, press stuff, and she has to answer these questions. She probably just wants to get out of there. A night that should have been so fucking amazing for her just ruined and became all about that. It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Revealed that the Kanye West's College Dropout was the first ever album she's bought in her life.
But something that you may not know is that Kanye West's album, College Dropout, was the very first album that my brother and I ever bought on iTunes when I was 12 years old.
Taylor said many times that making a song with Kanye was the biggest dream of her life, and she was absolutely devastated after Kanye betrayed her 2 times. And even after all this happened, Taylor still didn't say a single bad thing about Kanye publicly. She is the real professional for this.
You might be expecting me to say something bad about Kanye and how he ran up on the stage and ruined my VMA monologue.
Unfortunately, there was
I'm not angry. Ah, man, it does just make you sad. But I love how she can turn something like that into just like power. You know how it inspires her. How she can take all this shit and turn it into something. Turn it into a fucking diamond and just shine even brighter because of it. She's a damn inspiration. She really is. Anyone remember their first album they bought? First album I ever bought with my own money was Sum 41's like All Killer No Filler. That's the first album I ever bought.
Unfortunately, there was tens of times when Taylor Swift's heart was broken, but she actually loves to expose her ex-boyfriends in some of her songs. Like when her very first boyfriend, Joe Jonas, broke up with Taylor in a 25-second phone call, she decided to speak about it publicly.
I'm not even going to be able to remember the boy who broke up with me over the phone in 25 seconds when I was 18.
This guy was the first love for Taylor, and he left a really big scar on her heart. And a few years later, Taylor even wrote a 10-minute song about her another ex-boyfriend. This song is called All Too Well, and it's about Jake Gyllenhaal. Even though it's been over 12 years, people still have no idea why these two broke up. Another song is called Dear John, which was obviously about John Mayer. Taylor expressed her feelings of being hurt by an older man, and John is 12 years older than Taylor.
I like writing songs about douchebags who cheat on me, but I'm not going to say that in my monologue.
I was just thinking of when we reacted to Dear John, and we literally, like, I can't remember the name of the 2 songs. There's 2 songs, isn't there, that like link to each other. We reacted to both of them back to back, and god damn, man, I wasn't happy Taylor Swift facts here. Whenever we do things like this, I always just think about one thing, and that is where she is now, how amazing things are for her now, how she has this incredible person in her life, that they love each other so much. So all of the shit that people go through leads them to these perfect lives. And if anything changed, you'd never get to the point where you are now. Which is why I always look at shit in my own past, and I think I wouldn't change any of it, even though some of it was awful, because I'm really happy of where I am now.
Like writing their names into songs so they're ashamed to go in public, but I'm not going to say that in my monologue.
But there is one thing that makes Taylor a real professional. During one of the late night shows, she was getting disrespected by an interviewer who was about to start a really big drama.
You were very young. I think you were 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah. Oh, I was 14.
Here. 14 years old.
Yeah,
even
I was
more. By the way, the guy who threw you out of our show, the guy who you showed up to meet our music booker, you wanted to play a song for him, he said, "No, you may not play a song for me. Get out of our building," is standing right there. His name is Scott Igo. Scott, did it or did it not happen? Did that not happen?
Yeah, it happened, but not exactly like that.
But here's how Taylor responded. Everyone...
this is crazy. This is actually crazy. Did she know about this in advance? You would hope so, right?
Thought she's gonna start a beef with the security guard or even leave the interview, but nobody expected her real response.
She's funny and
I
amazing.
think of it like this. I think you probably would have gotten in more trouble with Jimmy had he wandered out and been like, why is there this random 14-year-old tiny child sitting here with a guitar case? What's happening here?
Not only she voiced the other person's perspective, but her response was very empathetic, which made her look very smart and kind at the same time. And everyone knows about Taylor.
I don't think anyone ever expects Taylor to just reply with beef. You know, brings out this guard, and then like everyone expected Taylor to just erupt. I don't think anyone expected that. Imagine she just does, fuck you for kicking me out. It's just like, no, that would never happen. Like, her response is exactly what we'd expect from her. Professional, elegant, and just owning the situation every single time. Can't believe that happened,
Some
by
people
the way. That's
even attack
insane.
Taylor because of how often she
But
uses
also
it.
makes sense.
But what you didn't know is that there's actually 2 of them. Taylor owns 2 absolutely identical private jets, and each of them costs over $54 million. But spending over $100 million bucks on the jets wasn't enough, because these things don't fly for free. The annual...
How do private jets work? Do they like stay at an airport, an airfield? Like, if you own a private jet, do you have to like pay for the hangar? Like, how do they actually work? Does anyone know? I don't actually know. I've always wondered, like, because if you, I used to work in the maritime industry, so I know how like yachts work. And with yachts, it's like if certain security, certain docking, and certain requirements, and that sort of stuff, right? But you can also just have them out to sea. But if you got enough money, you're gonna have your own dockyard. Or sometimes the yachts can be part of like a club. Not like a yacht club, but a club like where you can like dock. But anyway, I'm wondering how it works with planes. I don't actually know. So how does it work?
The cost of flying on a jet like this is about $800,000. But that's not even the craziest part, because Taylor Swift also spends one...
Did he say annual
Wasn't enough, because these things don't fly for free. The annual cost of flying on the jet like this is about $800,000. But that's not even the craziest part, because Taylor Swift also spends $1.4 million a year on something that called carbon credits. These are the things you can buy to pay environmental efforts to offset the damage from the private jets. So not only Taylor owns the most expensive jets ever, but she also cares about the environment, which is nice. And now we can...
No one ever brings that up. Ever. The fact, like, so you're telling me Taylor Swift has 2 private jets, and and I do see people moaning about these, but pays the CO2 emissions offset costs of both jets to justify them being used. That's the first time I've ever heard that. I've seen people moan about the jets so much, I've never even heard that. And you know what? I should have already assumed it was the case. I'm almost annoyed at myself for not.
Came to the most brutal thing for today, and it's Taylor Swift's bodyguards. If you think Taylor only has like a couple of them, you're gonna be wrong, because turns out there are over 20 bodyguards who secure Taylor on a daily basis.
Yeah, I've had a lot of stalkers show up to the house armed, so we have to think that way.
The entire roster vary from day to day, but usually there's over 10 of them following Taylor anywhere she goes. These bodyguards are presidential level of security, and according to sources, Taylor spends up to $3 million per year on their salaries. And the rules of being Taylor's bodyguard are extremely strict, because they have to be very careful, knowing there are tens of stalkers who keep getting arrested every week.
One thing I like about Taylor's bodyguards, because I've seen like videos on them before and pop up like when she goes to the airport and stuff, is they know her. Like, they know what she wants. Like, they're not like these like vicious soldier-like bodyguards. They're customized Taylor bodyguards. So they act on behalf of Taylor, and I've seen them act with a lot of kindness to like people who are obviously just there because they love Taylor, and they can detect that straight away, and they're kind. They're not like horrible and mean, and like I don't know how to word it better than that. They're, like I said, they are Taylor-cated bodyguards. Like they're exactly the kind of bodyguards you would expect her to have.
The 33-year-old has been lurking around the singer's townhouse in Tribeca for days.
But sometimes, not even elite-level bodyguards can protect you from some crazy fans, because this guy was literally trying to kill Taylor while she was performing on stage. But sometimes Taylor...
He was trying to kill Taylor? What? Is that an exaggeration, or did that actually come out?
Becomes enemies with the entire countries, because some of the presidents literally banned her songs in their countries. First is the Shake It Off song, which got banned from Australian radio forever for being way too popular. This was in 2015, and
What? Is that the real fact? You're telling me Australia was like, your song's too popular, we ban it. Australia, come on, man. Did you really do that? My Australian brothers and sisters? Really? Australia, you're quite happy to have spiders that eat people, but you won't have a freaking popular song? Come on.
Got banned from Australian radio forever for being way too popular.
I'm guessing
this
that's
was in
not the
2015,
reason, right?
And it got an entire Twitter standing for Taylor. But one time, the president himself banned Taylor. Because since 2016, it is basically impossible to listen to Taylor Swift in China. First, she got her song I Did Something Bad banned. And later, the entire 1989 album got permanently banned too. The reasons are still unknown, and Chinese government has never commented the situation. But the next thing is truly heartbreaking, because Taylor Swift...
It's just jealousy. It's just jealousy. All of Australia is jealous of Taylor Swift and all of China. That's why. All just very jealous. That's it. I do have to say, Australia not looking good, okay? To be honest, it is just the radio shows. I don't understand. That can't be the fucking reason. There's no way the Australian radio shows were like too popular. No, like that can't be the reason.
Government has never commented the situation. But the next thing is truly heartbreaking, because Taylor Swift's diet almost put her into a real coma.
I thought that I was just like supposed to feel like I was going to pass out at the end of a show or in the middle of it. I thought that was how it was. And now I realize, no, if you eat food, have energy, get stronger, you can do all these shows and not feel it, which is really good revelation.
Not many people talk about it, but Taylor Swift has a real eating disorder, and she was starving for literal days even when she was performing on tour.
I was like, what are you talking about? Of course I eat, it's perfectly normal, I just exercise a lot. And I did exercise a lot, but I wasn't eating. And you can't, you just, I don't think you know you're doing that when you're doing it gradually. There's always some standard of beauty that you're not meeting.
This is something she has spoken about before, and she's been very open about it. And I think a lot of people are very grateful for that, because I imagine there's so many people who this has helped out of their own holes in this same situation. And she is amazingly strong for talking about it. And she's talked about like the fact that like everything she wore, every outfit, every way she looked was online, and that was like, you can't imagine what that must be like for someone on that level. I imagine, and it's sad to say, it's a lot of women watching this right now have had issues with people commenting on how you look, and it really affects you in that way and can trigger things like this. And it's awful that that is the case. It really is. But imagine the entire world saying things. I can't even imagine what it must be like for someone like Taylor.
Because if you're thin enough, then you don't have that ass that everybody wants. But if you have enough weight on you to have an ass, then your stomach isn't flat enough. It's all just fucking impossible.
Taylor was about to cry talking about this, and I can't even imagine the pain she was experiencing there, and I really, really hope she's eating normally now.
It's not good for me to see pictures of myself every day, because I have a tendency, and it's only happened a few times, and I'm not in any way proud of it, but I tend to get triggered by something, whether it's a picture of me where I feel like I looked like my tummy was too big, or like someone said that I looked pregnant or something, and that'll just trigger me to just starve a little bit, just stop eating.
But at number 2, there is not a single artist like Taylor who
man,
loves to help her fans. Besides giving water and stopping the show when her fans need help, Taylor sometimes goes even further. This little girl named Scarlett is only 9 years old, and unfortunately, she was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer, and the doctors only gave her 12 to 18 months to live. But this little girl only had one dream, which was to go to a Taylor Swift concert. Taylor was heartbroken when she discovered the story of this girl. She and her team spoke to Scarlett's parents, and they decided to surprise her at the show. And what happened this day, Scarlett will never forget. You have to respect.
Whew, I'm gonna try not to think about that one too much, because that's a hard one. Bless that little girl, man. Bless her. Oh man. Her poor. I don't even. Bless her. Bless her. That's I'm glad she experienced that. That's amazing of Taylor, and bless her little heart, man.
Taylor for this. And saving people's lives is everything for Taylor. She knows what it's like to come from nothing. There was a tens of times when the whole world was against Taylor Swift, and she was coming back stronger every single time. For nearly 15 years, Taylor has been giving huge money to charity. In August of 2016, Taylor donated over $1 million to Louisiana flood relief, saving thousands of people's lives with the money she donated. In March 2020, she donated another $1 million to help people who were impacted by the tornadoes that destroyed hundreds of homes in Tennessee. Taylor kept saying that Nashville is her home, and the fact that so many people lost their homes is devastating to her. And it's not just about publicity. In April of 2020, she was secretly donating tens of thousands of dollars to random people affected by the pandemic. So Taylor isn't just a regular artist, she's honestly a hero.
I just wanted to...
God damn it! Don't get emotional again! Abso-fucking-lutely, by the way. Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, that last statement. A hero. Yeah, absolutely. I believe that. What better word could there be than someone who literally gives everything they can to help people? Now, let's not get it wrong. Taylor is a superstar. She lives an amazing life, but she does everything she can to bring everyone up with her. To share that love and to spread that love and to remain kind and caring and part of her community, part of her fan base. This is someone who, you know, people say like they made the right people famous, or the right people like got famous, got something like that. I know there's a better way of saying it, but that's Taylor. Taylor is one of those examples of someone who is exactly where they should be, someone who deserves to be in the position they are in, because they do something incredible with it. They are so important for so many people and change the world in such a good way. And yeah, I'm just incredibly grateful to Taylor and the Swifties for just being part of this world, because they help so much and they change so many lives, and she does. And I feel very lucky, you know? I feel very lucky to be a part of that community now, and I'm super proud of her. And there was a lot on this list that I didn't know, which I was really excited about. Yeah. Oh, man. She is a damn hero. I believe she is. She is awesome. Such a kind heart, such a caring soul, and an incredible role model for so many people. And there's 20 more reasons to love her. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hopefully there were some facts on here you hadn't heard before as well. And yeah, if you have a random Taylor Swift fact you want to share, put it in the comment section down below, and let me know what other reactions you would like to see on this channel. Just have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for supporting my video. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.